How are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. We are continuing the series of possessive pronouns, part 3, looking at his and hers. As before, here is a brief pronoun inventory, just to kind of get the ball running. First person pronoun refers to I, which is the word n. But the possessive, we have my, I, nra, si, which we looked at 3 weeks ago, and we have mine, which is nrat. Second person, we looked at 1 week ago. Second person is you, which is in Paiute. The possessive, we got your, which is and mi, and yours is rat or mit. And you can look at last week's video for more information on those. And today we're looking at the third person singular, which is he or she or it, which is usu. But his, her, or its, the possessive, what we're going to be looking at today is t, uga, and a. Okay? T, uga, a. And, of course, we have ugat for the predicate pronoun. But before we begin, let's look at the distinction between u and t, because these are super important. Actually, it's all of the possessive pronouns against t. Okay, that tu, t, is very important to learn the difference. But these two will serve as the examples, so you can see the difference. Okay, this sentence right here, let's look at it. Justine unosi nidukwi. Justine told us her dream. But Justine tinosi nidukwi. Justine told us her dream. What is the difference between these two sentences? Well, first, that first u pronoun refers to someone else. It refers to some other her. Okay, someone else, some other her. Whereas de is co-referential with the subject. What the heck does that mean? It basically means it is his or her own. His or her own, or its own. So, let's go back to these sentences. The first one, Justine unosi nidukwi, means Justine told us her dream. That refers to some other her. There's some other person involved, and Justine told us that other person's dream. Whereas the bottom one, Justine tinosi nidukwi, perhaps more clearly or translated, is Justine told us her own dream. So that is a very important distinction. Now let's look at more examples. But first, just looking purely or only at u. Uigo natsakunap. That means his or her or its tongue is tied. That refers to a mute person. Okay. Uigo. His tongue, her tongue, or its tongue, natsakunap, is tied. Ukazinutemuhu. I bought his or her car. Okay. You could also reverse the order and put n ukazitemuhu. Means the same thing. I bought his or her car. Ukazi. It's car. Usu tepiupui wikwekumayu. He found gallstones in his gallbladder. Now, did he find gallstones in his own gallbladder or in someone else's gallbladder? It's someone else because it's pui wikweku. His gallbladder, his, someone else's. If it was his own, remember, it would be usu to be pui wikweku. His own. But this is someone else's. Unanya nayaru. His or her name is hard to pronounce. Unanya. His or her name. Now let's look at more examples of t. Tnabui. He picked up his glasses or his own glasses. Supungadzi tnobohiwe ikyahu. The mouse went into its own nest. Again, tnobohiwe, its own nest. Surame titokwe yunatsipugik. The rabbit came out of its own nest or hole. Remember, d is its own. All right, uga, uga. We saw some similar in our previous videos. Remember, this is divided up into two morphemes. First, u, which refers to the third person, he, she, or it. Ga is a suffix indicating the genitive, or in other words, possession. And so just another meaning of his or her or its, but maybe a bit more emphasis on it. So again, uga nobi puhi kuchar. His house is blue, whereas nga nobi as a reminder is my house, atsa kuchar, is red. That was just one example. Let's look at okay? This one is very, very, very interesting, very different. This pronoun refers to what's called an indefinite, okay? Just no one that's really definite. Just kind of some it out there mostly. But it can be, a he or a her also, but just kind of indefinite. Another term is obviate. That means less salient. Well, what the heck does that mean? It just means that it's someone, what I have here refers to someone or something that is either not known or not so much in focus in the conversation, okay? Not so much in focus, less focused. Or again, just some indefinite something, someone, some person, okay? Let's look at some examples. Oh yeah, it's also used for plurals, so not just a singular. But we'll see more examples in a later video of plural use of this. Right now, it's just a singular. First example, anati anatiag. Put his belt on him. Anati, his belt. Or it could be her belt, anatiag, on him, okay, or on her. Again, it's just someone that's not so in the focus. It's just kind of indefinite. Put his belt on him, whatever. Here's a longer sentence. Panirogo gwa iguishi amai datsunga gaishu nahapana. Means if a centipede bites me, I count its hands, legs without breathing. Okay. Its hands or its legs. Okay. Amai. It's just some random centipede that's just not in view. You're just kind of talking about it, but its hands. Okay. Whatever its hands are. Another one. Usupavitsi anobi mayusi munoho tukauk. Spelled that wrong, that last sentence, but whatever. It's if the weasel finds its nest, it will eat the eggs. Okay, anobi, its nest or its house, referring to something else. Okay, find some other nest. It's going to eat the eggs inside it. Another one. Let's smoke this rabbit out of its hole. Its hole. Okay. And finally, ugat. That one refers to hers or his or its. In other words, like this. Masu ugat. That is hers. Or that is his. Or maybe even that is its. Referring to something. That is hers. Masu ugat. So here's the brief summary as I conclude. U refers to some other person. D, one's own. Uga, also another person, his, her, its. Maybe a bit more emphasis on this one. A bit indefinite. Not so much in focus of whoever is being referred to. And ugat, okay. Or ugat, hers, his, its. Matnusap. But that is all. Again, these are just kind of brief summaries and overviews of this particular topic of possessive pronouns. So as always, hope you can do more to learn and to get these in your head, put them into use, put them into practice. So until next time, Pishao Tabiwaga, have a good day, and Sa'amupunirwa. See you all later.